Where do you think magic comes from?
Just today, the Watching and Dreaming trailer was published and a lot of fans are already going wild. I don't typically make content like this, let alone content at all, but I thought it would be fun to analyze the trailer for you guys.
From heart, you need to choose.
In the first shot, we see Amity drawing a light spell circle on the floor. I can't believe I didn't notice this first, but Amity's hand was like one of a puppet, so yeah, just know that. Then a series of locations without anyone in them besides in the still photo, which looks like it's being held by Luz, but I might be wrong. By this, we know that some of the episode will take place in the Emperor's castle, and it's confirmed when we see the shot of Luz walking in the halls of the castle.
Us weirdos have to stick together.
We also see King and Ida. I'm not sure where King is in the first clip, but I assume it's either the Emperor's castle or perhaps in the Conformatorium, a location which was introduced in the first episode of the Owl House, a lying witch and a warden. Then we see Luz reaching out for a portal. I speculate that Luz isn't going to return to the human realm, but rather enter the in-between and search for the person who waved at her in the in-between at the start of For the Future. The following shot shows Lilith as a puppet, and then Luz. But wait, what is she wearing? Luz is shown wearing the Emperor's outfit. But why? I have no idea. On with what I was talking about. Here we can see Principal Bump, Basha, Bartholomew, Morton, and Erwin petrified. We know the Collector hasn't done this, since he just turns people into puppets. Rather, I think this was Bellows' doing. I'm guessing it was some kind of mass petrification, but it brings the question, we know that Bump got turned into a puppet in For the Future. Does that mean he was freed, but then fell victim to Bellows' plan? If so, could it mean that everyone who turned into a puppet got freed along with Principal Bump? We can see that Bellows exits Rain's body, and I can tell that bro is not looking very healthy. Rain is immediately assaulted by some of Bellows' goo that he left behind. I can also make out that Rain is trying to whistle, but they don't seem successful. But we can all rest well, knowing that Rain still kept their mullet.
Let me show you some of my favorite games.
We know here that Ida, King, and Luz will reunite, along with Stringbean. They're trapped on some kind of chessboard by the Collector. It looks like they are tasked with playing different kinds of children's games with the Collector. The situation becomes clearer once you hear what Willow says.
You have to wake up.
You have to wake up. Judging by this line of dialogue, I would guess that this play sequence actually takes place in a dream, that the Collector trapped Luz, King, Ida, and Stringbean to play some wicked game in a reality the Collector has complete control over. Here we can see them stuck in bubbles, acting as the Collector's playthings.
How? You turn on the light.
This line from Amity could be interpreted in different ways. Obviously, it's harder to sleep when you turn the lights on. The fact that she activates a light glyph just as she flies away from Luz could mean that waking up from this wicked dream world the Collector has made may include that they'll need actual light, like from a light glyph. But I also think this could be a metaphor for Luz. Luz is a Portuguese and Spanish female given name and surname meaning light. It could be that Luz is actually the only one who can win against the Collector for some given reason. As Amity is swept away, we can see Gus, Hunter, and Willow being dragged along with her. And for some reason, Gus is wearing a suit? Never mind that. They get flung up really fast, and this blue circle emerges around them. Judging by the stars that flash outwards, we know it's the Collector who did this. Although I'm not sure, I think this could be the Collector turning them into puppets or teleporting them elsewhere. Like I said, I'm not certain. Then we see a shot of Gus holding puppet Amelia while he's flying with his palisman, but he immediately falls because his palisman gets hit with a rock. Ouch. There are more shots of this room coming later in the trailer, so I'll talk about it more then. We see Luz rushing somewhere inside the Emperor's castle. There's not much to the scene, so I don't have much to speculate, but I'm guessing she's probably not alone considering her urgency with finding her way somewhere. It could also be that she's just on a time limit though. I believe this is the first time we've seen Camila in the trailer, so I'm pretty concerned about her. They all seem to be standing on a weird half moon. This shot looks very similar to how For the Future ended, so I'm guessing this will be one of the first shots in Watching and Dreaming.
Let's end this.
Here we can see Harpy Ida flying out of the Conformatorium, and at last, Luz activates a light glyph while dressed as Bellows. That's it, right? No, there's more. Here we can see Amity, Gus, Willow, and Hunter fighting together, and it looks very much like it takes place on the bridge in front of the Emperor's castle. Here we can see both Gus and Willow fighting together in the room I was talking about earlier. I'll get back to the shot of King and Ida later, don't worry. I assume this is part of the Emperor's castle. In the background, you can see the puppet version of other characters, so it might also be a place that the Collector has taken over. You may also have noticed that Willow and Gus are only casting magic with glyphs and not spell circles. So it could be that the magic of the Titan has temporarily stopped working, or it could be a different reason. I don't want to speculate too much in case I misunderstand. Now back to the shot of Ida and King. We can see that Ida is in Owl Beast mode. I do not know if she or the Owl Beast is the one in control, or perhaps entirely someone else. Both their eyes and their tongues are glowing, which leads me to two conclusions. Ida and King both unlocked some inner magic and they're unleashing their full power, similar to how Gus and Willow's eyes occasionally glow when they're casting strong spells. But this is different because their mouths are glowing. My second and probably most likely conclusion is that they are being controlled by someone who I'm guessing could be the Collector.
Us weirdos have to stick together.
The trailer ends on a sweet note with Ida and King hugging Luz and Stringbean in the Collector's dream world. Luz is crying and smiling. Judging by the situation, it looks like this takes place just after they defeated the Collector in the Dreamland. Thank you for watching, and let me know if there was something I missed, and please tell me about your own theories in the comments. I'll be sure to read them all.
Bye!